Welcome back to World Wrestlers History, the home of wrestling's greatest legends, untold truths, and the stories that shaped the ring forever. Today, we bring you one of wrestling's darkest, most shocking tragedies, the story of the death of Bruiser Brody. A man loved by fans, feared by his rivals, and respected across the globe, yet taken from the world far too soon. This is not just a story about wrestling. It's a story about power, betrayal, and injustice that still haunts the wrestling world to this day. Bruiser Brody, born Frank Donald Goodish on June 18, 1946, in Warren, Pennsylvania, was more than a wrestler, he was a force of nature. Standing at 6 feet 8 inches and weighing nearly 300 pounds, he was built like a monster but had the soul of a rebel. Before stepping into the ring, Brody was a gifted athlete, playing football at Warren High School and later at West Texas State University. He even had a short run with the NFL's Washington Redskins before destiny called him somewhere far more chaotic, the world of professional wrestling. From the first time he laced up his boots, Brody was different. He didn't follow scripts or play nice with promoters. He fought with fury, wildness, and honesty. When he came out swinging a chain in his hand, fans knew chaos was coming. He brawled through crowds, threw chairs, and broke rules, but that was the point. Bruiser Brody wasn't a gimmick. He was real. Every punch, every roar, every glare, it was raw power. He was a warrior in boots, a man who lived for the thrill of the fight and the respect of the audience. As the years passed, Brody became one of the biggest attractions in wrestling, especially in Japan. The Japanese fans adored him. They saw him not as a villain, but as a wild hero, a symbol of strength, courage, and rebellion. Alongside stars like Stan Hansen, Brody tore through All Japan Pro Wrestling, leaving behind bloody matches and unforgettable memories. To fans and fellow wrestlers, he was both terrifying and magnetic, a man who could make a stadium roar just by stepping through the curtain. But behind the legend was a man of principle. Brody was known to stand up for himself and for others. He demanded fair pay, refused to be cheated, and never let anyone control his narrative. In an era when wrestlers were often exploited by promoters, Bruiser Brody was one of the few who stood his ground. He was not just strong in body, he was strong in spirit. Yet that very spirit, that fearless independence, would eventually lead him into the most tragic night of his life. The year was 1988. Brody was still performing around the world, splitting his time between Japan and Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's wrestling scene was booming, dominated by the World Wrestling Council,